Hey you guys, it's Teresa and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my video for Back to the Future tag. My friend Maddie from Read by Maddie made it and I decided to go ahead and hop along in the bandwagon. So I will leave her original video down below if you guys wanted to check that out. I wasn't tagged, but she did make this in memoriam? In honor of Back to the Future Day last month, and I meant to do it last month, but we got a lot done last month, so we had to push it back to November. But today I'm kind of filming this a little differently, primarily because I kind of want to take some time and scour my my shelves for a book with these things. Now I think the only one that I've actually had to think about. Oh, I should have looked up that one too. Frick. Okay. But anyway, I think the only one that I really had to think about is for this first question. So let's just kind of get into it. So as you guys know, Back to the Future, if you guys haven't heard of the movies yet or even have heard of a reference to it, it's Marty McFly who goes back to the future. He travels time, and then there's an entire trilogy of it, and it's been so long since I've seen the actual movies, but I do remember vague moments of it, and it's just a wild time. So the first question is a book set in the 80s, and I actually had to look this one up because I love me good historical fiction, but I never go back to the 80s for some reason. It's always 70s and then before then, and then 80s and 90s are just she's a blur. Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? Nope, you're not it. No, you're not it. That's Needful Things. Haha. Okay. So the book that is set in the 80s for me, apparently I have a couple. The other one's Perks of Being a Wallflower, but I'm going with this one. And that is It by Stephen King. This is its horror novel. This is one of Stephen King's horror novels. It recently got remade into a movie, and it does take place in the 80s. I checked the information on the book. But essentially it's about a killer clown who goes around and manipulates your worst fears against you and tries to kill you, and about these children who kind of have to stop him. And it takes place in a dual timeline where the first half is we have them as children and the second half is them fast forward as adults. And that's all I can really give you because I feel like a lot of people have seen the movie by now, have read the books, or have heard about it in some aspect. But if you haven't, then you're probably terrified of clowns and spiders, which I don't blame you. But also, get over the fear and watch the movie because it's pretty dang good. The next book is a book set in the future, and I don't read a lot of science fiction. I really don't. I find them really difficult to get into, primarily because sometimes they do get a bit on the whole pretentious side of things and a little too technical for me. So I just I don't avoid them, I just don't read them very often. If you suggested science fiction to me, I'll probably go ahead and pick it up. It'll take me a while to pick it up, but I will. Okay. No, they're so compact. Oh! It's fine, you died in the series anyway. I don't remember, but I'm assuming. Yeah, I'm just going to assume the one that takes place in the future is Cinder by Marissa Meyer. This is a science fiction retelling of Cinderella, where our Cinderella character happens to be a cyborg. I feel like that's future-y enough, right? We're not going to argue with that one? No? Good. Ooh, this one's tough. The next question is my favorite trilogy. And I believe all of these questions can also be fast-forwarded into books you haven't read quite yet, but since it does kind of go for favorite trilogy, I kind of have to have read that book. Okay. This is kind of hard, because I do love me a good trilogy, but unfortunately every single series tends to expand past the trilogy. We have the Mortal Instruments, which had the original trilogy, then expanded to other books. I would say A Court of Thorn and Roses, because that was originally a trilogy, but then expanded into I think, oh! Are we surprised? No. So I'm gonna go with the Infernal Devices trilogy. I absolutely adore these characters. I think this is one of those instances of a love triangle well done, just because I love it. I would have preferred it though if she decided to go for a polyamorous relationship, polyamorous relationship. But we get that with a certain other book that I can't point to because that would be spoilery. So, but I mean, like, I'm okay with this. I love this, so we're gonna stick with it. The next question is a book with time travel, and time travel particularly kind of focuses on like a lot of science fiction aspects. So I'm gonna throw up this is how you lose a time war, because I think there's time travel aspects in it. And I've been meaning to read this wonderfully queer novel. Like, it's been translated from French, so I think it's gonna be good. However, as I was thinking about these questions before I started filming, I figured it out. I believe, yes, come here. Come head up. Come back. You're not coming with me. This is not working very well. Come here, come here. Okay. The book I'm going to go with is Rapture by Lauren Kate. This is a fallen novel. This is the last one in the quartet. I believe it's either, I want to say it is this one. I'm pretty sure, because this is like Gates of Heaven, or she like jumped in. Warm hand, Daniel. Scarf that had been knotted. You're not a dream. Raise a claws, choking. Lucifer had been Bill Ornery. Okay, no. It's not this one. It is the next one. Yes, 1 second. It's the previous one, actually, not the next one. It's actually Torment by Lauren Kate. This is the third book in the Fallen Quartet. This does involve time travel. It's essentially like it involves fallen angels, which was a really big like thing that happened around 2011, which I'm a fan of because I love me some fallen angels. And it also, I believe, and it involves like reincarnation. So Daniel is an angel. Did I give you guys spoilers? I think I gave y'all spoilers. I'm sorry. Essentially, Daniel's this brooding, mysterious man who Luce meets in this boarding school, and she later finds out that she's like reincarnated. And in it is all very like kind of religious as well, which is like a weird thing for me because I feel like a lot of like angel books, while they are based in religion, they don't play a lot of like the biblical mythology. But in this one, I believe, I'm going to give y'all spoilers because I don't care anymore. I believe this one is where Luce ends up going through a time portal to like see her and Daniel's past lives together with Bill, who happens to be Lucifer. It was the fourth book. I was right the first time. The fourth book has time travel in it, where she goes back in time to see like all the reasons why she died and like trying to figure out why this curse exists, essentially. So I was right the first time. I'm just a doo-doo brain, and we're going to switch the book out for the thumbnail. You know, I really have no idea if this is even in focus anymore, so if it's not, I'm really sorry. I got really excited and didn't think about it. Oh, I should have looked this one up. Shit. A favorite book released in 2015. I wish I kept up with it because I'm a cheat and I'm a just books released in 2015. Because I wasn't really big in the book community in 2015. I think I was starting to get back into books again, but I could have been really wrong. Ooh, okay. No, we're gonna wait a second. We're gonna try to find this because I want to. Okay, so we do have a couple. Ooh, we won't go with the book that I would go because I want to get to that book. But we will go with, that sentence made absolutely no sense, but be right back. Excuse me, Ariel. A book that was apparently released in 2015. I'm gonna double check. Yes, 2015. Is Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertalli. You all know what this is about. This is one of my like favorite books ever. The movie has my heart. I cry over daily. So, you know, I don't know. If you don't know what this is about, if you haven't seen a trailer, it's about closeted Simon who's been sending emails back and forth to his crush named Blue. That is until one day he is essentially blackmailed into either helping out this friend win a girl over or have all of his emails be spread out and out himself as well as Blue. Definitely a book I want to reread, but I don't want to cry yet. So I feel, if y'all are interested in me making a video of like choosing some of my short favorites to reread and cry over in a vlog type thing, let me know and I'll go ahead and do that because it's been a minute since I've reread certain books. And I am definitely not using this as an excuse to potentially reread The Song of Achilles and put it on camera for all of y'all to see my tears, but at the same time, I can also reread this book and you guys will see my tears regardless, so. I will sacrifice my tears for you. Granted, my tears come freely no matter what I try to do, but it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. And the last book is a main character whose name starts with M. Now, I can go a lot of ways with this. I'm gonna just go behind me. I can go with the Night Circus, Marco, the love of my life. I can go with Manon from the Throne of Glass series. Who's? I can go with. Shoot, I feel like I have more M names? Is that an N? I can go with Mark from Lady Midnight. I can go with Magnus from Mortal Instruments. Who else has an M? What's Mother? Oh, wait. Ooh, okay. I know who. Come here. Come hither. Literally the last question. You're being so stubborn. Okay, so the book that I finally decided to work with is another one of my favorites and one that I cried with, and that is The Histories. They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. The M character I'm talking about is Mateo, who is one of the characters who receives his death call. So if you don't know what this is about essentially in this kind of like near futuristic but not futuristic world, we see that you have you get a call saying that, like, telling you that you're going to be dying in 24 hours, and if you want to like live your life to the best, you can sign up for this kind of like Tinder for dying people, where you can meet friends, but really it's kind of just this big old hookup thing, or like kind of like document your life until you die. And these two boys, Mateo and Rufus, have been called by the death cast or whatever. Yeah, the death cast calls, and they meet via Last Friend. So this book wrecked me, man. Like, I knew it was going to happen. And still somehow I sat there, like, thinking that somehow the call was wrong, or it was going to not work out that way. And then I started going down the rabbit hole of, like, what if one of their other calls was a mistake, and the other one dies in the other one's arms? It's a good book, and I highly recommend it. So if you guys haven't picked it up yet, definitely go ahead and do that. That was pretty smooth. I'm not gonna lie. I'm proud of myself for that one. But that is it for this tag. I really hope this is in focus. I've been moving around a lot, and sometimes my camera freaks out, so we're gonna have to review the footage in a second. Until next time, please hit like, subscribe. I do recommend checking out Maddie's original video. She's a wonderful human being and deserves all the love. But until then, subscribe. I do upload twice a week. And then, yeah, all social media links will down below. Same thing with all the books that I have mentioned. And I'll talk to you guys in the comments. Bye!